Hey you guys, and welcome back to another day of foundation February. Today I'm going to be testing out the Physicians Formula Organic Wear Silk Foundation Elixir. I have the shade 05 Medium. This isn't a first impression, but it is going to be a wear test and review. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. Prime my face as I normally do with my NYX Bear With Me primer spray. I actually do have a few new Physicians Formula products to test out. Giving you guys a mini review on their Sculpting bronzer from the organic line, as well as their dewy blush elixir. I also have two new lipsticks from them, not from the organic line, but it is from their Rosé All Day collection, and I have been loving these lately, so I will be wearing one of these today. I'm not sure which one yet. This foundation claims to be ultra nourishing, ultra fluid, weightless organic foundation elixir. It improves the appearance of skin tone and texture and delivers a silky second skin airbrushed dewy finish. I hate foundations that are droppers because I spill them everywhere. I'm going to be extra careful today because I'm wearing black and it's going to stain for sure. So what I like to do with this foundation is kind of just dot it around my skin. I'm not sure 100% how I feel about this shade match because it's kind of a lightweight foundation. I just thought medium would be like an okay match for me, but I don't know. I feel like it looks a little bit orange, but I'm just going to buff it into my skin using a buffing brush. This is my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. Although it is a really like lightweight, fresh looking foundation, I feel like it has decent coverage. It's not like full coverage, so if you're looking for something that's going to completely cover your skin, this definitely won't do that, but it has decent coverage. Also, I'm wearing a ponytail for like the first time with my haircut, and my ponytail is so small. I'm not used to it. I usually have like a horse's tail because my hair was so long. It feels shorter now that it's up in a ponytail. I don't know the exact cost of this foundation, but it's not cheap. Like Physicians Formula in general is a little pricier than your average drugstore brand, so it's not like the most affordable foundation. I'd say it's around like the $17 to $20 range depending on where you find it. So this is what it looks like after initial application. I only did like one layer. My lips are so dry right now. I probably should have exfoliated before this video. Still shows some spots and blemishes, and it's not like full coverage, but I don't mind it. Like I actually think it looks kind of nice. I'm just going to add a little bit more right on the areas where I feel like I want more coverage. I wouldn't normally do this, but just to show you guys how it builds, if it builds. I actually don't even know if it does build. I usually just do one layer. I have been wearing this guy to work, and I do like the way it holds up. So you'll see in the wear test how it holds. That didn't really add any coverage, so I don't think it builds. I forgot to mention that I have a normal skin type. I don't get super oily throughout the day, and I don't have really dry skin either. I just kind of have like an average normal skin type. My face is a little bit drier now because it's winter, but I wouldn't call myself like a dry skin type. So that didn't really build up at all very nicely. If you were trying to build this one up, I don't think it builds very well, but honestly, like the coverage, this is fine. Like I don't mind it. I feel comfortable in it. Evened out my complexion, and I like it. I think it has a nice kind of natural finish to it. Like it's a little bit dewy, but not overly greasy looking. So I'm going to quickly apply some concealer under my eyes. I want to just use my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer just right under my eyes. I'm just trying to use this guy up. I also have a dry patch right on my eyebrow, so I'm just gonna cover that up. And then I like to just use a little bit of concealer around my nostrils and on my chin. I'm going to use that same foundation brush to blend it out. This is their Sculpting bronzer in the shade Toffee. I only saw the shade Toffee at Shoppers where I purchased this, so I don't know if they have more shades out there, but Toffee, even though it's like kind of dark, it does work. Like it blends out super easily. I'm going to blend this out with my Real Techniques contour buffing brush, and like I mentioned, it does blend out really nicely and effortlessly. Like it just kind of melts into your skin, which is really nice for a bronzer because you want it to, at least I do, I want it to be like really subtle and not overly done. It's a very, very subtle chisel, which I like. And even though it looked really dark, you can now tell that it kind of just blended into your skin and it looks super natural and it doesn't look like it was that dark now that it's blended out. Next, I'm going to use the Dewy Blush Elixir, and this is in the shade Pink Berry. I love the shade. Like, I was really, really excited when I saw that Shoppers had this line because I've been wanting to get it for a while, and mainly because of this blush. So I just like added a little bit to the top of my cheek, and I want to take that same brush and blend it out. It blends so nicely. Like, I feel like this blush just transforms my skin when I put it on. Like, I love the way it looks on my cheek. Like, that just looks so beautiful and natural and youthful to me. Like, I really, really like that. So again, I'm just gonna add, oh, that's probably too much. Ah, I hate it when I do this. Yeah, that's gotta be too much. I'm gonna add maybe a little bit more to this side to even things out. This is gonna be a really dewy, blushy look today. Oh well. That's the problem with applying it right to your cheeks. Like, it's kind of hard to control the pump. Sometimes I do it on the back of my hand and that works a little bit better because you can control it. I just don't like that as much because then I feel like I'm wasting the leftover product. But anyway, this is with all that blush applied, and as you can tell, it's made my skin look really like dewy in a good way, like not in a greasy way. I do feel like this emphasizes pores a little bit. So if you're somebody who doesn't like their pores, I don't know if you would like this because it does kind of emphasize them, as any dewy, glowy product does. I just think it's so nice. It's so natural. It's so like subtle but beautiful at the same time. So it is currently 11:47 in the morning, so I'm just gonna call the check-in time 11:45. I am going to quickly apply my powder, like under eye powder, just setting powder. Even though I use cream products, I like to set my skin on top with like a light dusting of powder just because it feels a little bit sticky. Do my brows and eyeshadow, and then I will pop back on and apply one of these lipsticks. Okay, I am back. I applied my Milani Prep Setting Glow under my eyes. You guys know the drill. I did the Maybelline Super Stay powder to set the rest of my face. I did apply my Maybelline Lasting Fix setting spray. I always apply that setting spray, so that's why in my wear test, I use it because it's what I would normally use when I'm wearing these products anyway. And then my eyeshadow comes from the Revo Pooches palette from Makeup Revolution. I think that's everything. So I am going to apply the lipstick. I have the shade Blushing Mauve, which is their glossy lip color. And then I have the shade Pillow Talk, which I don't think it says glossy on it, but it's actually matte, and the packaging is like, this packaging has a glossy lid and this one has a matte lid. I'm gonna go with Pillow Talk today. It always just reminds me of Zayn Malik. And like I mentioned, my lips are super dry and crusty, like they're bleeding almost. It dropped in temperature, really cold for Vancouver, like -7, feels like -15. So with that temperature drop, my lips just like dried up. So these lipsticks have a very slight scent of rose. So if you're sensitive to that or you don't like the smell, don't get these because you can smell rose. It kind of smells like a rose perfume. I don't notice it throughout the day, but definitely when you apply it, it's there for sure. So that's what Pillow Talk looks like. I love it. Kind of like a Your Lips but better, but it has this like rosy finish to it. I don't know. Anyway, that completes this look. So overall, the foundation is definitely dewy. It's definitely got that hydrated looking finish to it. It looks natural, but I can definitely tell that I'm wearing foundation. Like, it just kind of makes my skin look a little bit more textured than normal. I don't know why that is. I actually prefer the CoverGirl finish over this one because this one just seems to like emphasize textures and pores and things like that on my skin, but I do think it looks pretty. Like, it looks like my skin is hydrated and healthy, and it feels nice. Like, it feels very lightweight. Be impressed by it. I feel like it's a good formula for the drugstore. I'm gonna wear it throughout the day. I don't have a lot of stuff to do today. I'll try and keep it on for 8 hours. It is like 12 right now, so I might leave this on until 8 or at least 7:45. Oh yes, my midday check-in will be in natural light. It is snowing outside, so it's gonna be very, very bright, but it will be in natural light. Anyway, I guess I will see you guys later. Hey, so it is currently 3:50 in the afternoon, so that's been about 4 hours. It is an absolute blizzard outside right now. It's snowing so much, but this is how the makeup is looking. It looks pretty good. Like, I don't look oily or greasy or anything. I feel like the makeup has held up really nicely. We'll obviously see how it looks at the end of 8 hours, but at the 4-hour mark, I think this looks pretty good. No complaints, no greasiness, no fading or anything like that. Like, it looks pretty much the same as it did when I first applied it. So yeah, let me show you some of the snow right now. Okay, I don't know if you can see it actually because it doesn't really look like it's snowing. It's just like white flakes coming down this whole time. It's crazy snowy. Anyway, see you guys at the end of the night. Hey you guys, so it is 8:03 p.m. So this foundation has been on for about 8 hours, a little bit over 8 hours. My camera is like about to die, so I'm gonna do this recap really quickly. I feel like it looks really, really good. Like, it does not look any oilier or greasier, maybe like a little bit oilier than it was during the middle of the afternoon. I think it still held up really nicely. It hasn't really worn off except around my mouth area because obviously I was drinking and eating throughout the day. But overall, like, I don't feel like I got especially greasy. I don't feel like the foundation like faded off the other areas of my face. It doesn't look any cakier than it did before. Like I mentioned, I can tell I'm wearing foundation. Like, I can see it on my skin, but it doesn't look any worse than it did when I first applied it. Everything just kind of looks good and healthy and smooth. I don't mind how this one looks. And like I said, I have worn it for longer, like 12 hours, and it's pretty much doesn't change past this point. So yeah, that wraps up this video. I've only tested 2 foundations so far, the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Skin Milk and then this Physicians Formula one, and I have liked both of them. Like, they have been my go-to foundations so far. It's January when I'm filming this, so in the month of January they have been my go-to. I just really like them, and I feel like, I don't know, like, my skin looks good and healthy, and I don't mind looking a little glowy and dewy. Like, I feel like that is refreshing in the winter time so that I don't look like I have dry, dehydrated skin. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of Foundation February. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Please subscribe if you would like to see more videos, and I guess I'll see you in my next one.